visionary legends that started this campaign for Nigeria, for Nigeria's independence from colonial rule, were young men. It was their youthfulness, their energy, their vibrancy, and dynamism that made it possible. Obafemi Awolowo was 37 years old. How many 37 years old are in this building? Don't be shy. At this age, Obafemi Awolowo was already making big decisions. Big decisions. Ahmadu Bello was 36, even younger. Tafawa Balewa, 34. Okoti Ebo and Anthony Nahoro, 27 years old. Anyone under the age of 30 in this room? What we're trying to say is, you are not too young to be part of this system, to be part of this change. So it's not a situation of, well, let them do whatever they do. We're all comfortable in our cocoon. I live in Manchester with my family. We go on short holidays. I go, do a little this, a little that. I'm comfortable, I'm happy. But I'm trying to say that what's happening in Nigeria affects every one of us. It affects us. So we cannot continue to be comfortable in our little homes and our little comfort zone. We have to participate. Okay? I round up. People like Patitomi, again, was presidential advisor at the age of 27, and General Buhari, at the age of 24, was already involved in national affairs, even though as a military personnel. Now, same General Buhari, at 72 years old, wants to be president of Nigeria, while you and I sit and watch on the sidelines. Not anymore. I say, if they could do it at such a young age, why on earth is our generation being sidetracked? Now, to avoid any error of misconstruction, I personally have no problem with General Buhari's aspiration to be president, because, you cannot discriminate against age. But what I have a problem with is the lack of aspiration of young, vibrant Nigerians. Those of us in here. That's where the problem is. The time has come, dear comrades, for us to take our destiny into our own hands and create the Nigeria that we desire for our generation. We have been brushed aside for too long, and it's time for us to realize that we have the power. I am happy that you guys are here. We look forward to the APPG joining us. We're very excited about the prospects of a working relationship. I digress a bit. When I looked up on the website of the APPG, and I saw how young one of the honorable members were, honorable member is, in his 30s, I thought to myself, could this sort of thing happen in Nigeria if his father was not a former governor or an ex-military ruler? Would he have had that opportunity? So then again I thought, this is a wake-up call for the youth of Nigeria. We can do this. Do you believe that we can do it?
Yeah. Yes.
We can do this. And by God's grace, we shall do it. This is going to be an intellectual revolution. We're not going to set ourselves on fire. We're not going to riot. We're not going to do anything stupid. We are too intelligent to do stuff like that. We're just going to use our brains and our minds and our intellect to make things happen. That's exactly what we're going to do. It's going to be an intellectual revolution, and I believe that we're capable of doing just that. God bless you, and thank you once again.
Wow. Can we have another round of applause? If you think that was a special speech, can I hear "eh-oh"? Eh-oh. Okay. It was a special speech. It's a very, very historical speech. It is happening in here, in the House of Parliament in the UK. That is rather significant. We need to make ourselves children of history, because if we do not know where we're coming from, it will be very, very difficult for us to actually plan a path for the future. You agree?
Yeah.
So we need to know, and I'm sure that was why Bola had to go through a bit of our history, so we know the son and the daughters of whom we are. We're the daughters of our Lord. We're the sons of Nnamdi Azikiwe. We're the sons of Tafawa Balewa. We're the sons and children and grandchildren of people who made our country great once. And that is why we've set continue to say, and we said on our banner, right there at the back, let's make Nigeria great again. There is no other mission. There is no other mission beyond that. There couldn't be a better mission beyond that. We need to make Nigeria great again. It is our responsibility. It is indeed our responsibility to do so. And I really appreciate the fact that there's a lot of young people here. It's impressive that we've got people under 30s, under the age of 30 here. A lot of you, I really do appreciate you being here. Part of what we've set out to do is to let you guys know that it is imperative that you become involved. Our people back home have not known governance like you have known it. You people here have had the privilege of growing up in this country. Some of us had the privilege, or well, you could say whatever, of growing up back home. We never knew government to take care of you. Government does its own thing. We do our own thing. We provide. Our people still provide everything for themselves. They provide themselves water, they provide themselves electricity, they provide themselves every basic amenity of life. You here, once you've paid for it, you get it. Our people pay for electricity, they don't get it. They pay for water, they don't get it. Now, there's a thing going on back home. If you do not have a little generating set for electricity, you're not a rich person. In fact, the vogue is that your generating set has to make a lot of noise for people to know you're there. And that is because we do not have electricity. We've got the resources, people. We've got you people. We've got you. We need you to import governance back home. We need you to show our people that governance is about serving. It is not about people in government trying to show us or trying to tell us that they're doing us a favor by doing things that were originally voted to do. That is not what governance is. Governance is what you guys know it to be here, in this country. When people answer for certain things they've done wrong. In Nigeria, that doesn't happen. They get pardoned. I think I'm going to stop there before I go on. Thank you for listening to me. A round of applause. I would like to quote a young man. I call him a young man, even if he's 60 or 50 or 55, he still looks very young. And he's achieved so much in his life that I believe that he's a good example, he's a wonderful example to all of us. And we want to properly thank him and give him a resounding round of applause for hearing about this program in the shortest space of time and for telling us that I'm going to be there. And he came here today. And apart from being here today, he's brought his television crew here today. And since this weekend, if you've been watching Ben TV, you would have found that our advert has been scrolling on the screen. And that was something that happened within a few days. Just a few days. This time last week, that wasn't in the offing at all. I want us to rise up and just give a resounding applause to Mr. Alistair Shirley. And just on the heel of that, we will be listening to him. He'll be giving us a few words from his wealth of experience. Over to you, sir. Thank you very much. A round of applause.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let me quickly ask, how many of you have been to Nigeria lately? Okay. So which means technically you have like 20% of people who have been to Nigeria lately. I didn't want to say within the last 1 week, 3 months, or 6 months to make it very big. But based on what Bala was saying, because Victor, Bonama, and of course we have a professor of political science here, Dr. Sherman Johnson, who can break things down. But I talk most of the time from the reality of the situation. You must have witnessed an election took place in Nigeria. Will you say it's free and fair? Why would you not say so? There was no violence, there was no rigging, at least. The incumbent governor has accepted the results. Why was it not free and fair? It is free and fair. But the guy who won knows what the people needed. And this is the thing that I ask when people say, well, maybe it's ringing. They say, what does the meaning of ringing? Anybody know to contribute what's ringing? Because we're technically youths. And now you want to take my position. I'm standing here. And you're telling me you're coming to take my position. I sweat